If you find yourself lurking in swamp or backwoods on a dark and stormy night, you should be afraid. There's probably a human-like beast hiding out there in the shadows. And it's ready to rip your limb from limb. Every culture has its own urban legends, myths, or spooky stories. You may have heard of Bigfoot, but you may not hear any of these creatures around the world. Let's see some of these urban legends from around the world that just won't die. Slender Man. He is most commonly described as very tall and thin, with unnaturally long tentacle-like arms, which he can extend to intimidate or capture prey. Some say his face is white and featureless, but occasionally his face appears differently to anyone who sees it. He appears to be wearing a dark suit and tie. Some say he stalks human prey indiscriminately, wherever he can find it, in basements, outside windows, along lonely streets late at night. This Slender Man footage was captured on camera in a high-rise building in Moscow. A dark shape with unnaturally long arms and legs can be seen, traversing the sheer wall of the structure, several hundred feet up in the air. Chupacabra. According to the folklore, Chupacabra is a bloodthirsty legend creature, with its first sightings reported in Puerto Rico. Chupacabra got its name from mashing two Spanish words together, chupa and cabra, roughly translated to goat sucker. The name comes from the animal's reported habit of attacking and drinking the blood of livestock. The physical descriptions of the creature vary, but a few key features are usually mentioned. A large, reptile-like creature with greenish-gray skin, about the size of a small bear, with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail. Eyewitness sightings have been claimed in Puerto Rico, Maine, Chile, and even being spotted outside the Americas in countries like Russia and the Philippines. But many reports have been disregarded due to lacking evidence, and Chupacabra is only an urban legend. Following video happened in Puerto Rico countryside, where dozens of animals have been found dead, many with no blood in their bodies. Eyewitness accounts differ as to what the creature looks like, but they all agree that it attacks at night, bites its victims in the throat and sucks them dry. The locals have called it Chupacabra. Penanggalan. The Penanggalan is a nocturnal vampiric entity of Malay ghost myths. Its name comes from the word tanggal, meaning to remove or take off, because its form is that of a floating disembodied woman's head, with its trailing organs still attached. The Penanggalan exists in almost every country of Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Kalimantan, West Sumatra, Thailand, Cambodia, and Philippines. In Malaysia folklore, Penanggalan are mortal women who practice black magic. The witch must meditate during a ritual bath in vinegar, with her whole body submerged, except for the head. Only active in Penanggal form at night, the creature regularly soaks its organs in vinegar, wherever she flies, and returns to her body during daytime. The Penanggal's favored meal is the blood of a woman giving birth, and to this effect, it will wait on the roof of the house until the expected birth takes place. It will use its long tongue to lap up the blood of the new mother. Those whose blood the Penanggal feeds, upon contract a wasting disease that is almost inescapably fatal. Furthermore, anyone who is brushed by the dripping entrails will suffer painful open sores that will not heal without a witch's help. The most common protection against a Penanggal attack is to scatter the thorny leaves of any of the subspecies of local plant, known as Atrocarpus, which has sharp thorny leaves, and would either trap or injure the exposed lungs, stomach, and intestines of the Penanggal as it flies in search of its prey. Warning: upcoming contains graphic content that some may find disturbing. The Slit-Mouthed Woman. A woman wearing a face mask asks a passing child, "Am I pretty?" If the frightened youngsters say, "She is," she will asks, "Even like this?" and removes her mask to reveal a face, from the corners of her mouth to each ear. No matter their age, almost everyone in Japan has heard of the story of the slit-mouthed woman, and it has become increasingly well known around the world. The slit-mouthed woman, also known as Kuchisake-onna, is a malevolent figure in Japanese urban legends and folklore, described as the malicious spirit of a woman. According to myth, Kuchisake-onna was a very beautiful woman who married to an important samurai. But her husband has to go to war, and she soon started feeling very lonely. In the end, she fell for the charms of other men. As punishment for her infidelity, her husband sliced the corners of her mouth, from ear to ear. Then asked her, "Who will think you are beautiful now?" After her death, the woman returned as vengeful spirit. She partially covers her face with a mask, and carries some sort of sharp object, looking for her prey. She asks potential victims if they think she is attractive. If they respond with no, she will kill them with her weapon. Methods that can be used to survive an encounter with slit-mouthed woman include answering her question by describing her appearance as average, or by distracting her with money or hard candies. Plenty of people are obsessed with the idea of spotting the urban legend creatures. They studied and researched for legendary animal to hold hope that these creatures actually do exist. But folkloric creatures, whose existence have yet to be proven. Following is some other footage of spotting the urban legend creatures. If these footage did not capture these creatures, will you still believe the urban legend creatures? Or you never believe things like this in the first place?